Christmas, everybody!
Cinemas is not over, and we're dropping a cartoon on a Monday, aka Powders. I apologize. I know we've reserved the weekends for cartoons, but I recorded this for a Sunday drop, maybe the last of the Cinemas cartoons. I pushed it to today because I wanted to refresh my mind and re-record because I felt like, and this happens from time to time, aka Padders, there's a lot that happens in the aka film buff world. Sometimes my brain, my thought process isn't quite there. So I do what any of you would do. I hate myself. I scream at the ceiling. I wait. Maybe I do some additional research. Maybe while I'm out and about, I strike up a couple conversations just to air out the ideas and what I want to say. The film buff process, aka Powders, isn't just what's recorded. There's a lot that happens around these recordings. And we have something here. I think it's special. I think we have to pay attention to it, which is why I wanted to get it right. So, hey, it's the AKAPAD Film Buff Podcast. It's still Cinemas. We're approaching New Year's. Hopefully, some of you just want to watch more Christmas movies after the holiday. Maybe you got some extra Christmas spirit. I'm hoping, because we still have a movie or two to go over, but we're going to kick things into a different gear also moving forward. I want to do my favorite movie of the year. I want to do my most watched movie of the year. We're trying something a little bit different going into New Year's and after New Year's. And yes, we still have makeup episodes for Thanks Flicking and the 31 Days of Dread. We will probably have makeup episodes for Cinemas because just the nature that we record, we sometimes batch record. We inventory record 5 to 6 episodes at a time. With that, it's time for Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. What is you? Well, you is a puppy. It's a dog. So there's a lot around this production that we can lend to. Like recently, we did Santa Sleigh that I attributed a whole genre stemming from the 2005 Bill Goldberg World Champion starring Santa Sleigh, where Santa Claus is a murderous satanic demon, but for 1,000 years he's under a curse to do good things. And well, guess what? The curse breaks in 2005 and all hell and murder ensues. So Brett Ratner and his Orbit, we'll call it, made that movie. And Brett Ratner's Orbit made this movie. He acquired the rights. They set up the project with Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey being friends with Brett Ratner. Yeah, we know this guy. Rush Hour. Come on. He's got one of the great Hollywood stories. He saved X-Men 3, by the way, guys. I don't care what you say. He set the project up, then sold it. This is how Hollywood does Hollywood. We know him through her music videos. I believe like through some of her promotion and his promotion, she would like hover around him, and she was highly associated with Brett Ratner at one time. I would say by 2007 might be like the end of the optics of this relationship. And some of it, like professional relationship. But this is also like the absolute true rise of Mariah Carey, where this song hits the lexicon and it hits the culture. Even now, you go Christmas shopping, you go do things, you go to the car wash, you go to your local convenience store, you will hear this song. You may hate this song, and the world will deliver this song to you a couple times this holiday season. So Mariah Carey buddies this release with a children's book. Now, here's the wild thing, aka Powders. Few songs in human history are as impactful as All I Want for Christmas Is You. That's the absolute truth. You would think a really good, and I'm saying really good in the context that this was a straight to DVD release. I believe it might have got some airtime on Cartoon Network or TNT. You would think like a multimedia push of one of the biggest songs in human history would resonate, but it hasn't. My local Barnes & Noble, Center City, Philadelphia, fantastic Barnes & Noble bar. I hated that Barnes & Noble when they moved it and reopened it because they took away all the communal seating. They took away the cafe. But it's grown on me because they really do have all the new stuff. And you guys know me, I'm a huge window shopper. But no, like, this book is not in the forefront. Like, I should walk into a Barnes & Noble and see Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas book. So it's gone. Now we're talking, and this comes down to the importance of this episode, because sometimes we get into the culture. It's completely faded away. This animated feature, which is, in my view, top notch for the budget, for the type of release it was. This is a highly fun, lighthearted, emotional story where we see a young Mariah Carey, right? Like a young kid, but we see a little bit of her home life. And I know she was highly connected to her grandmother. Now, all of this stems from things that I remember my sister talking about. My sister is the biggest Mariah Carey fangirl one could imagine. So I could be wrong. Feel free to fact check me on any of this. But let's get into the larger observation when it comes to the cultural relevancy of this. See, at one time, music got media attention. And I know recently we have the K-pop Demon Hunters, right? Like that's the surprise hit of anything this entire year. Made money on Netflix, made money on stream, went viral. People discussed it. A lot of the songs went viral on TikTok, so on and so forth. When I grew up, I remember the New Kids on the Block, the MC Hammer Saturday morning cartoons, where popular music really became pop. Some of these acts, toy lines, animated adventures, comic books, right out of the gate, like it was full steam ahead. This led itself, and we reviewed some of this on my YouTube channel, where even like Stan Lee collaborated with the New Kids on the Block for a amazing magazine comic book, by the way, guys, really well made, but a line of action figures designed by Stan Lee and his company and distributed by Burger King through Kids Meals. And then the previous generation had the Osmonds, I know the Monkees did not have a animated cartoon, but I believe some of the episodes might have had like animation sequences or something like it. But you had the Beatles, you had the Osmonds, you had the Jackson 5, Saturday morning, early 70s, like late 60s, mid 70s releases. And then we go into the modern day, and AKAPADers, let me know if you're still with me. Where's the animated adventure of Sabrina Carpenter, of Olivia Rodrigo, of Taylor Swift? And I know I'm talking about even like Billie Eilish, even like the Jonas Brothers, or that redheaded dude, Ed Sheeran. Like there's acts today that have larger than life personalities that, you know, an animated front would benefit. But now when we discuss Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, we can say that this might be the last of the line that pretty much started with the Jackson 5 cartoon, that started with the Beatles cartoon, or started with Sgt. Pepper, the Lonely Hearts Club, that movie, and you know, all the Peter Max like animations and illustrations for that. It really makes you look at this now as an artifact. And I think it's of note. It's a little bit depressing because the way we absorb culture and absorb content has shifted. Now, some of this could be that because of social media, because like everything is kind of like a documentary or like a vlog, that, for example, Taylor Swift has that 6 episode Eras Tour documentary that just dropped on Disney Plus, which is fantastic, by the way. If you really want to get into some of the creative process for her. These individuals can put their own voice out. They don't need animation. They where at one time animation would be a bridge between the act or the performer and the audience, and reaching a younger audience. Like Taylor Swift, if she wants to put out a message, she can go on social media. Same as Sabrina Carpenter. They can go on social and put out the message and control the message and approve everything. But there is like a cool factor, right? So maybe it's not about reaching a young audience and messaging, but there would be something cool about Sabrina Carpenter animated feature or cartoon series from HBO Max, from Disney Plus. I mean, Disney has Disney written all over it because she has Disney ties. But even like the comeback kids, like Britney Spears, should do this. Britney Spears should develop an animated series based around her music, with her re-recording and redistributing some of her greatest hit type tracks. I don't know, AKAPADers, but I just wanted to bring this thought to your attention. I believe it's significant, and I believe it's another thing that is not said enough today, which is musical acts channeled directly to their audience now. They don't need outside media other than social media. Alright, AKAPADers, I love you. Rock and roll.
Okay, that's a wrap.